What is up, everybody? Welcome to the channel. In this video, I'll be going over my 3 best NBA player props as well as all my leans in today's slate. We are just on a heater like always, so before we get into the plays, if you guys are new to the channel, every time we sweep, I'm giving away 25 bucks and 2 weeks of free VIP to someone who likes the video, subscribes to the channel, and leaves a comment below. But let's just jump into the recap real quick. So in my last free pick video, I gave you guys Jacoby Walter over his points, Malik Monk over his PRA, and Jason Tatum over his PRA. Malik Monk and Jason Tatum were absolutely sweat free. Jason Tatum has a triple-double. Amazing game from my boy Tatum. Destroys this line, dropping 54 PRA. Malik Monk was also sweat free as well. Gets it done in the third quarter. And then Jacoby Walter, bro. This guy had 8 points in the first half and then ran cardio for the second half. He literally played 30 plus minutes, did not attempt a single shot in the second half, which is so... I thought after the first half, we were about to have a clean sweep, but little did I know. But yeah, we're looking to get a sweep today. Jacoby Walter might be the first guy on my ban list. I never ban players, by the way, but yeah, in the VIP side, you guys can see, we waited for this tennis play today and we cashed out for a 6x multiplier. We also cashed out on other sports here. Cade under his strikeouts and then the CS2 play. I also had a ton of bad beats today. You guys can see Nick Pavetta over his Ks, VJ Edgecombe over his RA. Pritchard, so close. If he had gotten that, we'd go up another 8 plus units for this AX multiplier on Dabble. And yeah, you guys can see Reed Shepard here destroys his line, doubles his line against this Bucks defense, and then Maxey misses a free throw here. We could have cashed this other play right here. But yeah, you guys can see last month in March, went up 50 plus units. Hopefully, we can replicate the same success or even better. So if you guys are interested in the VIP group where we post our plays, you'll be getting access to this chat as well as all the plays from my team and me. You guys can see all the wins just flowing from our members' wins here. So yeah, if you guys are interested, link will be in the pinned comment in the description. I have just restocked free trials, guys. So if you guys want to get a taste of what VIP is like, make sure to take advantage before it sells out. So let's just jump into today's free picks. So jumping into my first pick, I'm taking Jaylen Duren over 13.5 rebounds and assists. So jumping into Props Madness, guys, the best research tool on the market for researching your NBA player props. If you guys are interested in this tool, you guys can use code bankroll for 25% off. Link will also be in the pinned comment in the description. But jumping to Jaylen Duren here. So Jaylen Duren, without Cade Cunningham, he's over in 7 out of his last 10 games, averaging 14.8 rebounds and assists. Now, if we go to his projected minutes, he's projected to play 24 to 34 minutes in this game. Now, if this game stays competitive, he should definitely see 28 plus, unless he gets into foul trouble or something. But yeah, with 28 plus minutes or more, he's now over in 7 out of his last 8 games with this projected minutes without Cade, averaging 16.3 rebounds and assists. And now he faces a Timberwolves defense. He just had 18 rebounds and assists against them. And yeah, looking at this matchup, they're pretty middle of the pack against his position. They actually allow a ton of assists to centers, and I'm adding on his rebounds because I think he can also get some good rebounding upside on based on his minutes. So yeah, you guys can see beautiful hit rate here, and yeah, he just played the Timberwolves, dropped 18 R rebounds and assists. And like I mentioned, guys, the rebound matchup is pretty okay, but I love his assists. If you guys just want to take his assists as well, you guys can see without Cade, over in 7 out of his last 10, his potential assist volume is really good. 7 potentials, 10 potentials, 7 potentials, 7 potentials. So yeah, but like I mentioned, I'm just gonna add his assists and his rebounds. So yeah, that's going to be the first pick. Jaylen Duren over 13.5 rebounds and assists. Jumping to my second pick, I'm taking Dejounte Murray over 5.5 assists. So I'm taking Dejounte Murray here, taking his assists over 5.5. So if you guys take a look, Dejounte Murray this season, he's over in 7 out of his last 13 games, averaging 5.5 assists. But if you guys go to his minutes, you know, when he was on a minutes restriction earlier, returning from his Achilles injury. So with the projected minutes, by props matters, you guys can see, projected to play full minutes, guys, 26 plus. So with the projected minutes, he's now over in 7 of his last 10 games, averaging 7.4 assists. And if you guys look at the games where he gone under, take a look. The games he went under, Pistons, a very, the best assist defense in the league. Houston is also a very good assist defense, as well as the Suns. So, yeah, and now he faces a Portland Trail Blazers defense that are pretty middle pack against his assists. But they do play at a very fast pace. They are the 7th fastest paced team in the league, which is going to allow for more possessions, more assist opportunities for Dejounte Murray. So I really like this spot for Dejounte to keep on diming up. So that's going to be the second pick, taking Dejounte Murray over 5.5 assists. My final pick is going to be Luka Doncic over 14.5 rebounds and assists. So Luka Doncic, I'm taking his rebounds and assists over 14.5. So you guys can take a look here. Luka, he's only over in 10 out of his last, if you guys look at his last 20 games, he's only over in 9 out of his last 20, averaging 15.4 rebounds and assists. If you guys take a look at the game here, he's against OKC, 9-point spread. If this game stays competitive, Luka is going to see full minutes, guys. This is a very, very good game. They're going to play their starters a ton of minutes. You guys can see he's projected to play 30 to 43 minutes. So I see him playing. Hopefully this game is not a blowout. If it's not a blowout, he should play 35 plus. With 35 plus, you guys can see recently he has not been getting it that much. But you guys can see earlier in the season, he has been absolutely crushing this line. Over in 13 out of his last 20 games, averaging 16.9 rebounds and assists. And now he faces an OKC defense. They play at a pretty fast pace. They allow a ton of rebounds. The 9th most rebounds allowed overall. They do guard assists pretty well. But they are very weak at defending, above the break threes and corner threes, which is how Luka gets a lot of his assists as well. And you guys can take a look. 9 of the last 15 similar players to Luka have gone over, averaging 4% more rebounds and assists. And we have four straight guards have cleared their lines against this OKC team. And then head to head, he did hook this line, but you guys can see he only played 33 minutes in a massive blowout where they lost by 29. But like I mentioned, hopefully this game stays competitive, and you guys can also see historically he has crushed this line against OKC. I don't take head to head that much. But yeah, he's over in 9 of his last 12 head-to-head matchups against OKC. So yeah, I like Luka today for his RA. I actually like his under his points. Like I'm just too like on this channel, I swear like my unders just always chalk on the channel. So but I really like his under his points as well. But yeah, for this play, we're just going to stick to his rebounds and assists over 14.5. So that's going to be the final pick. Taking Luka Doncic over 14.5 rebounds and assists. So you guys can tail this play on Chalkboard. If you guys don't have Chalkboard yet, you guys can use code bankroll to sign up and tail this play. But like I mentioned, guys, feel free to take what you guys like, fade the ones you guys don't like. Use this information on the channel as you please. But yeah, that's going to be today's free picks. So before we get into the lean section, if you guys use code bankroll on Chalkboard or any of my affiliate apps such as Dabble, Parlay Play, or Sleeper, you guys can claim a free month of VIP. Normally VIP is $35 a month, but you guys can join right now completely for free. No risk, no commitment. If you guys don't like it afterwards, you guys can just cancel. All you gotta do is text me a screenshot with my code that you deposited, and I'll hook you up immediately with a free month. You guys can also use code bankroll on Picket if you guys want 5 days of free VIP. Same thing, just text me a screenshot that you guys use my code on Picket. Also, make sure to link a sportsbook as well, and I'll hook you up immediately with 5 days. And I really recommend getting Picket, by the way, because it tracks all your bets. It shows how much profit you're up and holds you accountable. So yeah, I really recommend getting Picket if you want to take sports betting seriously. But let's just jump into the lean section. So jumping to the lean section, I was looking at Devin Booker assists. This is probably going to be a really pretty popular play for sure. Based on the head-to-head, you guys can see he's gone over in 5 out of his last 5 head-to-head matchups against this Hornets defense, averaging 9.2 assists historically. But my only hesitation is the assist matchup is really bad. They are top 10 assists. Yeah, they're top 10 in assists allowed. And they don't allow a lot of assists to his position, and they also play at a very slow pace. So yeah, the slower pace, less possessions, less assist opportunities. And also, like, if you guys look at the last 15 games, they're actually the best assist defense in the league. So yeah, that's my only hesitation. But 5.5 assists line for Devin Booker is pretty low for sure. But I mean, you guys can see all that red. So yeah, I was looking at Devin Booker over his assists. I was also looking at J-Dub RA. So you guys can see Jalen Williams. If you guys put him to his projected minutes here, projected to play 23 plus minutes or more. I definitely see him playing 28 plus for sure, unless this game is a massive blowout. So with 28 plus minutes, he's over in 12 out of his last 19 games, averaging 10 rebounds and assists. And if you guys filter in Hartenstein, SGA, and Chet Holmgren, he's over this line in 4 out of his last 6 games, averaging 9.2 rebounds and assists. And you guys can take a look. This Lakers defense, they leak assists under the rim, which is how Jalen Williams gets 33% of his assists. So I like this spot for J-Dub rebounds and assists. I was also looking at Kawhi Leonard. Now, like I mentioned, guys, Kawhi Leonard is one of my favorite wagons of the season. And I think he gets another matchup here that is very solid. So if you guys look at this season, the Spurs is the worst pull-up defense in the league, which is how Kawhi Leonard scores 51% of his points. They're also a bottom 10 defense in the pick and roll. And you guys just take a look. Kawhi Leonard, he's been crushing this line. He's over in 6 out of his last 10 games, averaging 28.9 points. And yeah, you guys can see they're also the worst. The Spurs are the worst team at defending the mid-range, which is how he scores 17% of his points. And head-to-head, he already dropped, what? Let me take a look. Head-to-head against his team, he already dropped 30 points against his team this season. So, yeah. He's also at home. And yeah, Kawhi Leonard seems solid for sure. But I think that's it for today's free picks. Gonna be researching more later. So if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and peace.